Dynamos 2-1 winners over Nkana Football Club. The same can be said about Beston. And the biggest winners were Red Arrows, who beat, of course, winning 3-1 in that game. But let's start with the bottom half of the log standings. Wanderers still number 20 in the expanded league.
Well, certainly number 20, but for me, they are, a team that is certainly beginning to hit the ground, because now they're drawing a lot. They've won, they've drawn. So maybe they could come out of that position. But it's been a very, very difficult year for Might and Fair Wanderers.
Look at number 16 also as well, Green Eagles. They started the league as log leaders, but now they're number 16.
Well, it always happens. After a couple of games, the real teams begin to go up. Like they say, oil always rises to the top.
I like your scientific interpretation. It reminds me of my chemistry days in secondary school. Now let's look at this one now. Number 8 Nkana hosting number 7, but it's still Lusaka Dynamos on top.
Lusaka Dynamos have surprised a lot of teams, but I think they'll keep surprising. They've got a very good side that I've put together. The likes of Zanako and Zesco, despite the fact that we're saying Zesco is not playing well, it's because they're too big a team to be getting nil-nil scorelines.
So number 2, number 3, also Zambia's representatives in the Total CAF Champions League. Rwanda Radiants occupying 10th position. But after that analysis of the log standing, we've got exciting games. Of course, the World of Champions bringing to you Nkana versus Power Dynamos. Tomorrow, we'll be at Konkola Stadium in Chilamoyo. Changa versus Nkwazi. Blades against Forest Rangers. Just your pick on some of those exciting games that we've got Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
Well, for Saturday, again, I'm looking forward to Might and Fair Wanderers against Red Arrows. Green Eagles equally against Napsa Stars. I think Napsa beginning to turn the corner. But for tomorrow, the game will not be showing Green Buffaloes. Cabo Warriors will equally be very interesting.
Yeah, and of course, just to emphasize what you've said, Innocent, you're very right, because the Warriors team recorded their first game last weekend. Let's talk about where you and I are standing. And earlier on, I saw you, Innocent, taking a stroll around the park. Not in the game park, but in terms of the playing surface here. Your analysis of how this pitch condition is this afternoon here?
Well, first, I think everything is in spick and span position. I think that they made sure that for the derby, all is well and there are no complaints. I think the only complaint you can have is if you get it tactically wrong. The pitch is immaculate, and I think that the players will enjoy playing here.
I know you do play some football as well. When you say immaculate, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, it's well. Firstly, the grass is compact. So the ball will bounce at the right time. It's not bumpy at all, which they've really tried to keep very well Nkana Football Club, and also well cut. So it's really neat, and I think that the players will enjoy the game here today.
Well, talking about enjoying, I'll tell you that Innocent Kalaluka, like I said, he does play some football, and thumbs up to the groundsmen here at Nkana Football Club, Nkana Stadium to be more precise. Now, let's share with you exciting statistic between these two sides. Yes, it's a Quito derby, one of the big games in terms of African club football. But Innocent, look, they've played each other 26 times in Nkana and Power Dynamos, and Dynamos has won 11 of those games, 6 from Nkana, but it's in Nkana at home this afternoon.
Well, the Nkana fans won't want to hear that statistic, because yes, what is true is that Power Dynamos have had the edge of Nkana in the last 26 games, but today is a different game. Every day is a different game as long as it's a derby for these two. So yeah, yes, Nkana will need to up the game, and today they need to win a lot more also, because they've been in the press, not necessarily for the right reason, so they want to just erase that from their fans' heads.
Oh, it's always important. That's an important point, Innocent, you've mentioned, because they've been in the news probably because of a lot of issues surrounding that. But now, the fans have certainly come through in terms of numbers here, and obviously they're looking forward for a positive result. But maybe before I get a reaction regarding that, let's just show you the area arrivals of the two teams regarding them making their grand entry into this Nkana Stadium. Let's start with the horse. Aba Red, Kalampa, Nkana Football Club, Pachilata. Nkana making their grand arrival here. A big game for them.
Oh, big game for them. And that man, Jacob Guluwe, in the middle of the park will be very, very busy. But having said that, for the whole team, I think form goes out the window when these two sides meet, because it's really about pride at stake. Who rules Quito Town? Is it going to be red? Is it going to be yellow? So these sides, these players, I think very little job for the coaches, because they know they have to win. But of course, for Beston Chambers, he's new. He has to make an impression, and what a day and what a game to make an impression.
And of course, you can emphasize that these teams are separated by the Ndola-Quito duo carriageway. Both sides are based in Quito. Like you said earlier on, it's something similar. For instance, in Zimbabwe, we've got the likes of Caps United, Amaka Pakapa, playing Kaiser Chiefs and the like. But now, let's talk about Nkana so far scored 17 goals and conceded 13, plus 4 goal difference. Is that something good enough for a team of Nkana's caliber?
No. For Nkana, not good at all. And they're hoping that now they'll be able to steady the ship. I think they've struggled in games where you felt they could have easily won, and so they will really need to up that game. This Power game, like I've said, form goes out the window. So even if they win this one, really, say other games that they need to keep winning, because this one, they're going to win it because there's pride at stake. When they just need to win games because they're Nkana is where it matters most.
Of course, and talking about the derby, it's always an important one for them to get a positive result. We had an opportunity to speak to the Nkana Football Club head coach, Beston Chambe. She's also the head coach of the Zambia Under-20 national team. Only 4 days old in the job, and he shared his thoughts with the World of Champions Super Sport.
Yeah, it's nice to be back at home, and you know, Nkana has been my team, and I'm well received. I'm happy with the management. I'm happy with the supporters, and yes, we're playing Power today, which is a big game, and it's one of the games in the league. So we have to pray well and see to it that we pray to our highest level.
Talking about playing at the highest level, how has it been preparing for you? I mean, as a team, less than 5 days, you know, you're preparing your team, and apart from that, the issues to do with, you know, Walter Wallace's issue in terms of eligibility to play in the Zambian Super League. How has it been easy for you to prepare?
Yeah, the boy has put everything behind, and he has been training well. And I'm happy with the coaches who have been here, Billy Mwanza and Kalale. They worked very well, and they briefed me through their preparations, and I came in, and I'm happy with the way the boys received me also, and they've been looking forward to today's game.
So, Nkana coach Beston Chambe, she makes a return to the Nkana Stadium, and an interesting formation is paraded for us this afternoon in terms of the armory available. Walter Bwalia and Kampamba leading the attack, Malunga in goal.
Well, on paper, it looks very, very good side, this kind of team. The 4-4-2 formation they've had, Katebe, Sinyangwe, and that defense have been very, very strong. The experience of Joseph Msonda Panene has really been a darling of the crowd as well. I think that on paper, they really look like they'll bring a lot of excitement. But for me, Msonda on the right always makes a difference for them.
You're talking about the veteran in terms of the Super League. Of course, Joseph Msonda is what he's talking about. But again, there are certain players that we do talk about. This is probably music to the ears of some of the fans on the World of Champions Super Sport. But now, let's start with some of the key players that can change this afternoon's game. Let's start with the Nkana players, because in this case, yes, it's teamwork. You talked about Joseph Msona being one of them that can actually change this game. But now, let's start with Nkana Football Club. In this case, Donashano Malam, he's the captain. He's certainly the one that has been pulling these teams and Mr. Consistent, you might feel, in this Nkana setup.
Well, but Donashano Malama really needs no introduction. I think his biggest flaw, with strength maybe is his weakness, because he's way too strong in that midfield. Half the time he'll get the yellow card. In such big games, I think it's important to keep reminding him that he needs to finish this game. But he'll be the main man in that midfield. At times he'll playing on the right, at times in the middle. Today they put him in the middle. He needs to neutralize that Power Dynamos midfield, because it's full of midfielders who are very, very intelligent. That's his role here today.
And of course, Donashano Malama captained the Zambian team on Tuesday when Zambia beat South Africa 2-1. And yeah, 4 years in terms of being at the club. But apart from Donashano Malama, the other player that we need to talk about is, of course, without a doubt, Walter Bwalia.
Well, some will say if that's the name you want to go with. But yes, Walter Walia is the man that has really been in the headlines for a lot of reasons. Is he Congolese, is he Zambian? But one thing that you cannot doubt is his scoring prowess. He will get you the goal any given day. And Power Dynamos know that if they're going to mark one man today, it has to be Walter Walia.
All right, of course, Walter, prior to him joining Nkana Football Club, this is his second season as at Forest Rangers. Do you feel at this stage, with all this media hype that has been around him, it might affect him this afternoon?
Well, I think it will affect him. He's only human. But I expect that the coaches will sit down with him. I think that Beston has done his job. He's a very experienced man. To tell him, look, just play your game. Answer your critics through the game.
All right, talking about answering critics, for now, we need to answer the ad break, because after this short ad break, the build-up of the Nkana Football Club versus Power Dynamos game continues on the World of Champions. Keep it here. We're called Superlicious. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the Nkana Stadium as we continue building up to the Kita Derby, and that's between Kalampa and Nkana Football Club. Our red up against powerful Power Dynamos, Power 90, Aba Yellow, Eba Bako, that's where they call themselves. Now, interestingly, we've already talked about Nkana Football Club, but still continuing on the pitch side with me is Innocent Kalaluka, who is the expert analyst this afternoon, just to share with us, how these afternoons will pan out. So much said about, Nkana Football Club, but interesting, we must state that Innocent last year, here at this venue, it ended 1-0 before Power Dynamos won 1-0 at their home ground.
Yes, like we said, Power has always had the upper hand in the past couple of years, and I think that it's really up to Nkana to come and change that start. Just got a bit of a feeling, though, that of the two sides, Power today limping a bit because Kasonde, for instance, has left for Malaysia, so they'll be missing him in the heart of defense. And also Mutale is just coming in after suspension. So again, you just feel that that will be a problem. Kelvin Mubanga equally has been out for 4 games now. So yeah, Power is a good side any given day, but today they're not at 100%.
All right, and of course you can always speak to us, #SSBowler. And Power Dynamos has scored 16 goals, allowing 8. This season, a good record, we must say.
A good record.
+8.
+8, definitely. That's, like we said, the biggest challenge really is that they're drawing way too many. They're not losing, either they win or they draw, but they're drawing a bit too many games and they are winning, and that could be their downfall. But as it stands, they're in better form than Nkana.
All right, and of course, Power Dynamos also made their grand entry to this magnificent Nkana Stadium in Kitwe, a stadium or event that has hosted big games. And for Power, you've had an opportunity to ride on such, teams, be it with the national team, Innocent and the like. What do you think it might be going through the players, even when they were making their entry into this stadium this afternoon?
Oh, well, it's a derby. You know what? All of them are psyched up. I don't think that anybody needs to be told what's happening here today. So whether they're playing here across the road or they're playing at the Davis Stadium, they will be excited. Everyone wants to be in the starting lineup. So the players you're seeing here are very, very keen and eager to go to the game.
And let's talk about the crowds also. The numbers keep increasing, and you and I driving to this venue, the town is almost painted. One half is yellow, the other half is red. It's difficult to see where you belong. Are you here or there? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is expected. The top player always counts for these games, and I think they too know, because it's not about the players, 22 players on the pitch. It's really about who is going to walk around with heads held high after the game.
The Red Faithfuls, as you can see on the screen, of us very, very happy to see themselves on the World of Champions Super Sport. As we bring you, quality pictures and quality production in terms of high definition. And tell you what, if you're not here, the best thing that you can do is grab the front row seat so you don't miss a thing on the World of Champions. Now, we caught up with Dan Kawe. He is the head coach of the Power Dynamos side. How ready is his team this afternoon? Is he under any pressure? He shared his thoughts with the World of Champions.
It's quite interesting, and it has come at the right time when all of us, we are looking for 3 points.
Talking about looking at 3 points, these days I see you keep changing and chopping your side. Any changes that we've made getting to this afternoon's match, knowing that it's a derby?
Yeah, derby is, the interesting part, Matimba, is these players, they know each other very well. It's how we approach the game and how we apply ourselves that will make a difference. Yeah, we've made one change. Godfrey is starting. Of course, we don't have Mubanga, who is still nursing an injury. So that's the only change that we've made.
Are you under any pressure? I know you've handled big games, but surely the Kita Derby is a different story altogether.
No, I mean, how can a coach be under pressure? The pressure is on the players and the supporters. But our players are focused, because these players, they play together, they part together. So the difference is now it's work. That's what's separating them. Now we're working and there's reputation at stake. So we need to protect our reputation.
A gentleman all seasons, Dan Kawe. He's always taking things on the lighter way. And this is how he has this afternoon. 2 changes made. Ngwenya, Bwalya, Sakala in that midfield. Break it down for us, Innocent.
Oh, that midfield, again, very, very rich. That's why I said on the other side, the Rashano will be very important, because the 4 players across that pitch for Power, very, very good at ball distribution. And I'm happy that the defense has Chungo and Simwala again. They've played together for a very long time, especially because the center there has had a bit of changes. But it's Fwayo Tembo for me and Martin Piri who will be in charge of getting the goals. Fwayo, for me, will carry this Power side. If it comes to the party, they will have a tough time in Nkana.
I like one point, Innocent, where you keep emphasizing about the midfield. In terms of the pace, if you look at the Nkana midfielders compared to Power Dynamos, who between these two sides of the midfields players in terms of pace are more faster than the other?
I would like to think that Power will be slightly faster. Danashano, that's how he usually caught. He's not the fastest player, and also Ngulube is not very quick, but he can release the ball quickly, which is another advantage to him. But really for Power, they can be very, very quick and agile in that midfield, and that's where they normally win their games.
It's got 11 versus 11, but there are certain players that are exceptional and always rise to the fore. In this case, let's start with the Power Dynamos defense. He was out, like you said, Innocent. He got a red card, and 2 weeks he's been missing. He's back in the first 11 for Power Dynamos this afternoon.
Confidence skyrocketing. He was called to the Zambia national team, did not play, but still that tells you something and tells him something, that he is one of the best defenders in the league. Now without Francis Kasonde by his side, I think he's gathered enough experience, and he will be commanding and raring to go in this game. He will be the main man. He's tall, so he can, for those set pieces, will be very, very vital for them, but he needs to be commanding in that defense.
All right, and of course, Billy Mutai didn't play against Zambia, against Mozambique, 1-0. Zambia lost in that AFCON qualifier, but he did play against Gabon. But apart from apart from Billy Mutale, yes, it's in the defense where they need to concentrate. One player, undoubtedly the current top scorer in the MTN Fans Super League. It's been an outstanding season for him. Fwayo Tembo. What can we say about him?
He's the master tactician. Everything revolves around this man. Even for the Zambia game against Mozambique when they lost, I think he was one of the standout players. So for him, as long as he plays the way he normally plays, he'll probably add in to that scoreline. He's the, like I said, the man who pulls the strings for Power Dynamos.
Fwayo Tembo, of course, he's played for Edu Sport, he's played for Etoile du Sahel in the Tunisian league, and an important player for him on a good day. This is one player that you feel can carry the day for Power Dynamos?
Definitely. I mean, for him, football it looks like it's second to nature. At times, like he's just walking, taking a stroll in the park. He's not rushed. When he's on the ball, it's very difficult to remove him off the ball. So yeah, he's your talisman for Power Dynamos.
All right. Very quickly, also apart from this, how important would be the fans this afternoon? I'm always passionate about the fans. And how important, apart from the fans, very quickly, I want to answer me under 30 seconds. The fans, response to this afternoon's game, and also how important it would be for any of these two sides to get an early goal.
Well, for the fans, obviously, they've got no excuse. They are within town. This is places where they walk to. They don't need to jump on any vehicle. So, of course, they will be excited and they will want to support their team to the hilt. And also, for the goal, the early goal, very vital for Power to settle first. I think Nkana can still come back if they concede. But for Power, if they concede, the noise will be deafening.
The noise may be definitely because they are here. And it's got the glamour and glitz of Bola Pazedi. They've started to come through. But that's good. On the left, you've got a Nkana Football Club support on the right. It's a lady in Aba Yellow at Eva Abako, they call themselves, the ones that are definitely there. But now let's talk about, it's a big game, like we said. Power Dynamos away to Nkana Football Club. Let's talk about the match officials, shall we? Because yes, Zambia's produced the likes of Gianni Sikas and the like, but this man today, Audrey Kinkole, his father is a former FIFA referee, former Zambian referee. He's in charge of the business. Tell us about him.
Well, nice to see. He's only 32, so it means that he's young in the business of refereeing. So it's a very good game for him, very good morale booster, and I'm sure that he will really try and maximize on this one. I think he hasn't refereed the derby for the last 3 seasons, so it tells you that for him to be picked again this season, that maybe he's doing something right. So I expect that he really wants to be hands-on. But having said that, he's a very, very good referee, hence being given this job.
All right, now just a summation of everything, Innocent. I know you've handled big games as well. You've seen, we always talk about this and that. What sort of game are you anticipating, you're expecting this afternoon? It's a derby, it's a league game. Nkana lost their last game, Power on a draw from the last game.
Well, like we said, that form will go out the window. But for me, for Power Dynamos, they'll be thinking that based on their record, they'll be able to beat Nkana. But one thing that we need to remember is that Beston has never lost in 5 games the derby against Power Dynamos. So you just want to give it to to Nkana that they just could shade it.
Time for me to make some petrol money. Who's going to win it? Result.
Nkana 1-0.
1-0. Hey, this man is brave. Thanks, Innocent. It feels that it's going to be a slender win for Kalampa Nkana Football Club. Remember, it's a big one in terms of MTN Fans Super League. Kalampa Nkana Football Club. Abared up against powerful Power Dynamos. And remember, we love to hear your comments coming through to us on the World of Champions. Simply put, it's hashtag #SSBola. We take a very short ad break, after which Innocent Kalaluka and Franklin Tembo Jr. will take you through as our commentators this afternoon. It is Nkana versus Power Dynamos. Keep it here on the World of Champions Super Sport.
Hello and welcome to Nkana Stadium in Kitwe. It is Nkana versus Power Dynamos. There are a lot of games in the MTN First Super League, and then there is this game, Nkana versus Power. It probably doesn't get bigger than this on the local scene, and it's all happening on a day which has a wind speed at 12 kilometers per hour and humidity at 27%. Temperatures expected to have a maximum of 28 degrees, and it is a rivalry that has a lot of people talking. Probably one of the biggest derbies in Africa, Nkana versus Power. And yes, crowds keep coming. The emotions will be high. It will certainly be one that will not go without having talking points and drawing different people from different walks of life, talking about people of all sizes and shapes, of all kinds of interests coming through to watch this game. That will be big, huge, the one that you don't want to miss or blink, because what is happening is the right or the fight for bragging rights. Who is the man in as far as football in Zambia is concerned, and of course dominance as far as Kitwe is concerned. These two sides having some very rich history in as far as the meetings are concerned. Is always passionate when it comes to the big game between Nkana and Power. So much talked about derby, and having met 16 times since 2008, it is Power Dynamos that have a better record over Nkana in as far as the derby is concerned, having beaten Nkana 7 times. So Nkana is looking for their 5th win over Power Dynamos, and it will be of so much importance because, well, this is a side, as far as Nkana are concerned, that has put up, well, one of the best sides yet. Yes, talk about experience and talk about fresh legs, all in between. And of course, the return of the coach, Beston Quicksilver Tambeshi. We'll be talking about that in a short while. But for the two sides, well, look at how they pair up. There is the likes of Shadrack Musonda, probably one of the most versatile players that Nkana have. He can defend, he can be in goal, but he's very good creatively. Ronald Kampamba, well, will he be the man? Will he find the back of the net? You can't talk about Nkana at the moment without talking about Walter Walia. He's got the knack for goals. And himself and Kampamba will be expected to have some good chemistry up front in the 4-4-2 formation, but it's Donna Shanamalama in the middle of the pack who'll be expected to draw and instill a lot of discipline against a determined Power Dynamo side that just comes across the road from Mundeke. It is Larry Walia, Godfrey Ngwenya, but Martin Piri and Foyo Tembo could be problematic for the Nkana side, but it will be that battle in the middle of the pack which has got Benson Sakala. So to be Benson Sakala versus Donashano Malama in looking for confidence and charge in the midfield. But Tembo and Piri up front really set up that tells it all. And the back, well, Chungum Tale Manambala and Simwala will have to make sure that they protect the goalkeeper in Alan Chiwe. So, formalities starting between the two captains. It's Kennedy Mdenda captaining the Power Dynamos side, and Donna Shana Malama is usually very, very passionate and strong, and sometimes, like was alluded to, it does get him into trouble, but he will have to marshal the side. Beston Quicksilver Tambeshi returns to Nkana. His success at the World Cup, a much talked about side issue, and so he's brought back, having left Lumwana Radiance, and he's replaced Zedi Sileti. And just about an hour ago, Zedi Sileti has put pen to paper, signed a 1-year contract to coach Lumwana Radiance, and Beston Tambeshi comes to Nkana. Walter Walia, he will definitely be the man to look out for. He is having all the attention, and he must rise to the occasion. Dan Kawai says that the pressure is not on him, the pressure is on the players to perform, and he says because these two sides know each other very, very well. So we'll be banking on the players' mental discipline to be able to rise to the occasion, and with Foyo Tembo in the mood, we could be having some fantastic football this afternoon, because this is a game where all the good stuff is displayed and is showed off. Benson Sakala, will he be strong enough to match up to the strength and the passion of Adona Shana Malama. Kennedy Mudenda, will he be able to influence runs up front as he brings in those crosses? And, well, what more can we say? And as far as this game is concerned, it certainly does have all the ingredients that a good game should possess. And this man, Nkana, has a lot of work on his hands. He has to ensure that discipline is maintained. You can expect some emotions to rise. You can expect some pressures to mount, but he will have to keep cool. He will have to be in charge. And this is one big game he wants to make sure he has proper control of, because it will certainly go down as one of the most talked about matches in the 2017 season. It all just goes with who takes the day in as far as that regard is concerned. In 2016, Power and Nkana, Power winning 1 and drawing 1. Innocent Kaluka joins me as my analyst. And, well, having to mention him nearly getting a goal, and Franklin Temple Jr. stay where you are, because what we have is nothing short of what could be an explosive match. And we already do have a throw-in in the very near area. And it will be a throw-in that Panane would take with the same effect as the corner kick. Both sides not wanting to waste any time, but it's Nkana that might want to draw early blood and his water. What a way to come into the game.
Walter, well, he has a lot to prove. Just where, you know, his credentials are concerned, because he can get you the goal despite what is being said. Long throw in this. Panene's throw. Billy again, second time he's clearing off the line, but look at that turn, and tries to hit it on the volley, but it goes high because he was always falling as he was taking that one.
So a lot of attention, both for his skills and for the head, Walter Walia. In the meantime, it's Power Dynamos that have a first feel of the front. It's Fayo Tembo creatively beats his man, and he's got to bring in the cross. He does! What a mess. And the unlucky Godfrey Ngwenya should have had that one count, and it's end-to-end stuff already.
Well, Fayo Tembo, like mentioned, he will be the man, and looks like he's here to play today. Beats his man, takes him to the cleaners, brings in the cross, but unfortunately they could not connect.
It's a free kick to the home side.
That's Fayo there. Just beats opponent with relative ease. Goodness, Sangabalete, cross comes in, bounces. They should have ended that one with the goal, but unfortunately it didn't happen there.
Power captain Mudenda, he's got to beat 2. He loses the ball in the process, and Nkana can easily organize himself, pushing the ball forward. Waters calling for a return, he gets it. It's a beautiful ball, but the flag is up, offside. And Billy Mutale must be happy with that decision, because it just looked like it was going to be problematic up front there.
Oh, it was going to be telepathy there. Look at that, 1-2. But Walter a bit too quick there in just trying to stay away from Billy.
It's Fayo. He's looking for a return. He doesn't get it from Larry Walia, who eventually loses the ball in the process. Good turning by Given Sinyangwe. Back to Aaron Katebe, who pumps the ball forward, and no one to receive it up front. Easy picking for Alan Chiwe, who sends it. He's trying to get Fayo Tembo. Did the ball go out? Yes, says the first assistant. Throw into Nkana.
Oliver Mwene there, the assistant, insisting it had gone out, but seen no arguments from Fayo. Tells you that it had definitely gone out. But such pace on this game already in just the first 3 minutes that we've played, Franklin.
Opponent makes an elementary mistake of failing to control that ball. It's going to be a throw into Power Dynamos, and numbers keep rising as entry permits here in the 10,000 capacity Nkana Stadium. Simwala with a throw into the 18, and the target there was to get Martin Perry, but making a mistake, it's going to be a goal kick.
So it's been frantic, and you expect that at some point though it will stabilize a bit, but whoever gets the early goal, which is what both sides seem to be looking for, can simply begin to dictate the pace of the game here.
Well, it's what both sides will be avoiding to concede, but it always does bring the game alive, and you can imagine the level at which this match might go if there wasn't a goal at this stage.
Again there, using his hands there, Govenda, I think, foul on Walter.
And then Nkana come. headed out. And it's going to be another throw in to Nkana, who are happy to do it through veteran Joseph Msonda. Keeps getting younger, like fine wine, gets better with age. Power clear, but only to have Nkana have another go at throw in. Reaching out for the first 5 minutes, but it's already been filled with what games will sometimes have after half an hour. Musonda for the throw in, and it comes right into the 18. Goalkeeper has come out, and Power Dynamos can start their attack. It's a good move, but not going to be easy to go past Joseph Musonda. Power now have to get the ball back. Nkana with a chance to attack, and this is looking good for Nkana, but offside.
Simon Waller, direct route though from Nkana, that's what we're saying. Whereas Power, who passed the ball very well earlier, we saw deft touch from Foyotembo, was moved to the other side. But for Nkana, they're really just going forward. Look at that Apanene, long one there, searching for Walter and Simon. Simon obviously in an offside position already.
That's how hungry Nkana are, and that's the second offside call against Nkana in what could have been dangerous for Power Dynamos, and it just shows you just how the mentality is, obviously on both sides, but more importantly for Nkana. And with the return of Quicksilver Chambeshi, we should be seeing some quick football from Nkana.
Well, like you know, Western Chambeshi has never lost a derby against this side, so he'll be expecting that maybe that luck does continue. 5 games he's never lost. And what a welcome this, you know, you come back to your team and you're playing a derby, huge one this, and you know that some fans will make a decision based on this. Very unfair, but that's a game of soccer.
That's how it goes in this business. And it's Power looking for ways to meander through beyond this Nkana defense that is resolute. It's Martin Piri who wins the throw in. Joseph Musonda looking very lively and steady today, really leading from the back as well.
Yeah, just when you thought that maybe credits are running on his career, he seems to just start all over. After the 2012, I think most thought that would be it.
And now Walter, good left foot and moving nicely. He's looking for a chance to shoot. He might just try from here. And that gets approval from the coach.
Always rising that. But that's one thing about Walter William. He's ideally out and out striker, but look at where he is. And he's shooting from there. So the likes of Billy Mutale, then you don't want to be drawn in, because then your center of defense has got a hole in it. So it's a very difficult player to contain with Walter because he's very, very mobile.
Well, he's a mercurial figure, and it works for Nkana. Trying to squeeze the ball to the far side, and it's Power that gain from that mistake. It's Martin Piri. He's got to try and bring in the cross, and that's the idea. The ball is in there, and well controlled there by Foyotembo. Ndenda doesn't get the return, but it's still Foyo. Look at that skill, and he shoots! Beautiful. A darling to watch Foyo when he's in the mood.
Oh, you wonder what he's made of. He seems to be made from different material altogether. He just, at will, just turns his markers inside out. What a player this, Foyo. That's how it happens. Yeah, good 1-2 from Denda. And Katebe chasing shadows, literally. He just could not get his laces around that one, but such confidence, such guile on the ball, though. Look at that. 2 players going the other way. Oh, it's going to be a long day at the office, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And there was a time when you had a lot of players with Foyo's skills.
Oh, the Gibin Baselas of those days.
And expressions like kunyunya were very common.
Oh, Muchofe, like him says.
All to describe skill and talent. There's a man down, and it looks like it's Martin Piri that needs a bit of attention. Well, what do you know? He's up and standing. Just was trying to get the attention of the referee. He did get it.
Just to tell him that I was stepped upon. Well, it's a contact sport. At least if you're down, maybe the referee might change his mind. But you stand up and point at where you were stepped on. Well, maybe it wasn't that bad.
did get what he wanted, Martin, and that was the referee to take note. Simon Walia wins a free kick. Dan Kabwe, the power coach, knows where the danger is. Here comes the ball. Heads go up, but Power defend well. Panane for the throw-in. He quickly takes it. And now this is looking good for Nkana, but the ball may be hit a bit slightly. Shadrack Musonda looking for a chance to cross. It's Nkana.
Yeah, good job there from Govenda Simwala.
Alan Chiwa does a good job in parrying that ball out. That's not a bad instinct from Jacob Ngulube, hitting it on the turn.
Yeah, and those are his kind of balls, those are his kind of goals that he gets as well. Jacob Ngulube is very, very good at just volleying it from just outside the 18 area there.
Entertaining stuff already in the first 10 minutes of this match between Nkana and Power Dynamos, meeting number 17 from 2008. A lot talked about in what has happened in between. It's fire, making the game of football look easy.
Oh, you think he's taking a stroll in the pack, Fire Tempo. Easy on the ball. That's a bad challenge there in the end from Nkana. Simon Wale dropping to help out.
Who will take the free kick? White Mwanambaba seemed to be interested in that. Martin Piri will be closely checked by Given Sinyangwe. And Kelvin Malunga knows just what to do. It's a hard shot, but good blockade. And Walter would have loved to beat his Power Dynamo's obstruction. Malunga has to come out. Good judgment. No damage done. And Water heavily policed, not having a lot of space to breathe. Oh, mistake. It's Martin Piri. Can he take advantage? He does. But there is a big, strong Donashano who read that moment well, sends it up front. Malama looking and finding Shadrack Musonda. Musonda, can he beat his man? He doesn't get through past Govenda Simwala.
Good defense there. Just look at the ball, watch the ball throughout. Govenda Simwala and Lawrence Chungu, just when the season opened, they had been replaced in a sense by Mwelo Sakala and Alan Kamwanga Jr.
Panane's cross would have resulted into a Kampamba header, just shooting wide Ronald.
Well, it was really no one on him, Ronald, so surely Panane, good cross there. Yeah, jumped on his own. You can tell that he's a bit frustrated because I think he didn't expect to have that opportunity without anyone policing him, and should have made it count, Ronald.
Sate comes into the picture and he appears at a dangerous moment. So it's almost like he's not there.
Well, Gwenya went down there, but Panane claimed to have gotten the ball, but still the referee blew for that.
Nil-nil here at Nkana Stadium. It's the MTN FAZ Super League. Bragging rights being for this is foil, but he slipped in the process of trying to shuffle around. Nkana can take over, and then Ngulube on the ball. What is his vision? But it's Nkana pushing forward. He needs some support and gets it, runs into space. Nkana playing well, needing to float the ball into the 18, but blocked. But they do get a throw-in chance.
Shadrack Musonda, they're just cutting across, almost bringing in that cross, though. Nicely blocked. Good movement from Nkana, should be said, going forward.
Joseph Musonda oiling his fingers for a long throw. And here it comes with the effect similar to a corner kick. The goalkeeper had to come out and punch it. It's going to be Nkana's corner kick.
Bit of an awkward one, that one there for Alan Chibwe. Don't see how he punched it, but again there was traffic right in front of him, so he hit into it and trying to punch the ball in the end, goes out for a corner. So a bit more dangerous than the earlier one.
Absolutely. In a quarter of an hour, here comes the ball. And it looks like there's another corner kick for Nkana.
Yeah, it was actually Fayo Tembo had dropped deep and did well to get to that one first, because Katebe was taller and stronger, was going for it.
Shadrack Musonda will take care of this ball. And here comes the ball. Heads go up. Again, Chibwe does a good job, but trouble still not completely over for Power Dynamos. Chibwe again is called to duty. Awkward moments here for Power, and finally, stability to this Power defense.
Goodness, some respite a bit, because I've really been under intense pressure. Power Dynamos Nkana was just going forward.
Malama with a good job defensively, but the ball had gone out. Throw in Power. Looking to return the favor in taking pressure to this kind of area. Looks like there's a corner that's been conceded.
Well, then Kelvin Malunga doesn't feel that it should have been a corner. But at times, you feel that in that defense, Nkana, especially except for Joseph maybe and Aaron Katebe, even Sinyango being given a bit of a run around there.
Fire for the corner kick. It'll be an in-swinger. Headed out by Nkana. Good defensive job. Simon Vualia wins the throw in. Coming off Lawrence Chungu. It's Joseph Musonda to take care of this particular business. And now on the edge, Walter Vualia. He's checked, but it's Nkana yet again. Skewing that ball.
You just feel that there's a bit more pressure when Nkana is attacking, and hence you feel that maybe they could open the account easily. As for Power, yes, with Fayo in position, then things seem to be happening. But going forward, I think there are more chances for Nkana to score than there have been for Power so far.
Mafia Wanderers having a lead over Red Arrows. Can they hold on to that? Really do they do need it. And now, in the meantime, action here at Nkana, looking for a cross. Corner kick, Nkana.
Well, pressure and relenting here as Nkana again continue hunting for that proving to be elusive goal. 18 minutes played in the first half.
That's elusive goal. There's a lot of concentration that's being paid. This Power Dynamos defense just keeping Nkana at bay. Musonda for another throw in. Fayo's come back, but he makes a mistake, and Guluve scores! Shadrack Musonda, he makes it count. Benefiting from a Fayo Tembo mistake, it's Shadrack Musonda who makes it 1 for Nkana. And what a way to get into the game. Shadrack Musonda making Nkana fans happy here at Nkana Stadium. And it was a blast that was hard to stop by Alan Chibwe. Amazing stuff, benefiting from that mistake.
Well, you just felt that this pressure was a bit too much. At some point, something had to give. Tembo was looking for his compatriot here, but unfortunately, Godfrey Ngwenya was a bit far off. But what a cracker of a shot that Fire there just literally lays it on the silver plate. Shadrack can shoot with both feet to great effect, and there is an example there. Goalkeeper, no chance. And Nkana at home, you expected, and this is what's happening here to them. Salute.
Shadrack Musonda, he made no mistake, and that's how you do it. And so Nkana in the lead, Power under pressure. And in the 19th minutes, it's Nkana 1, Power 0. Shadrack Musonda. And now we have a game on our hands, and probably some more game from Tembo.
Tembo literally been the best player for Power so far, and then he goes and does that from hero to villain in a sense, and he will want to atone for that.
Well, he's obviously better at striking than defending. Gulube is down.
Yeah, just modern football, you need to defend as well, but there Gulube is down. It seems to say not too much under pressure, but there well, you can see that there was a bit of a trailing leg from Benson Sakala on Jacob Ngulube.
Okay, so Apanane getting clear instructions there.
Yeah,
he's learned quickly.
The Bemba, yeah, I'm surprised that he can actually understand. But what is Beston is easily saying is that when Musa has gone forward, he needs to keep to remain. The one flank needs to be effective, but probably drift a bit inside to cover up, and the same should be done when he has gone forward, because both of them are overlapping fullbacks.
Igoza leading Napsa. Mighty still lead Red Arrows. And more goals yet to come from the other games. Nkana lead Power, and the game has stalled a bit.
Again, is that Jacob Ngulube in the walls again? Because there must be Simon then if he's the man. Oh, he's been hit in the face. Oh, it's tapped on the. Couldn't see that. He doesn't seem to be too bad, but he went down again. Well, certainly in the woods, Ngulube.
Well, looks like there was some. Doesn't go Nkana's way. It goes Power Dynamo's way. The quest to get a reply is on by Power Dynamos, and this is where the Nkana defense will have to be alert.
Strange there, Martin Peter, I think, brought the ball down with consummate ease, and you'd have thought that he would just shoot. Passed it back to the goalkeeper.
Sometimes you get the jitters in the wrong place. Oh, that's certainly not going to go down well. It's
again
the goal scorer.
To be nice to see, really. I don't know. Really didn't see that. Well, maybe his foot kinda. Oh, but he's holding the different one. So I don't know that the right foot has been touched at all, Franklin. But players sometimes even the slow-mo doesn't catch what's happening to them.
All right, now the physician is looking at the right leg.
He was holding the right, then the physician went for the left, which I thought would have been the one injured.
Hey, Malama, tell someone to pick, not by two or two moments. Picking a yeah.
It's a man-to-man issue.
Quicksilver, serious business.
He needs to win this one and make the right arrival announcement. Blocked that Shadrack Musonda shot. And it's Simwala who does a good job defensively, but the pressure is certainly on.
They're working over shift. The Power Dynamos defense, that's one thing for sure. It's wave after wave of Nkana's attack.
Apanane with the throw in. He gets the ball back and was hoping to just lob it in the 18, but a wasted ball. Goal kick, Power Dynamos. Chibwe sends it forward. Fayo Tembo will win to whip in the cross. And out it goes for the corner kick. You can expect Fayo to work overtime.
Very deceiving for you because you'd think he's a bit slow, but look at the way he just went past Katebe with relative ease and almost brought in the cross. But Katebe has been strong for them.
Here comes the corner kick. Heads go up. It's Nkana that have the better in regard to having that clearance. And this could be dangerous. And ball is still in play and on Fayo's feet. Trying to create some magic. Sending the ball in there. It was well lobbed in by Govenda Simwala, but the eventual touch on, disappointing.
Rongwenya there could have easily, well, maybe he needed to stretch a bit more there, but again, good movement for Power. They do that very, very well, but just something's not happening in the final third for them. Tenashana Malama has been strong as expected in that Nkana defense.
No dull moment here at Nkana Stadium. Nkana in the lead. For how long can they hold on? They'll certainly need to stretch their lead if their party is not to be spoiled. Musonda comes to aid in defense. Gets the ball. Working as a unit, defense and in attack. That's Nkana. Walter Walliers' request for ref's attention not being given. Goalkeeper comes out. And Power will have to take it easy. They are obviously panicking or trying to get back into the game very quickly. This is Walia. To Panane, who's overlapped. Nguluve. Malama. Nkana playing well. Walia. Still Nkana in control. An effort from outside by Jacob Nguluve is not bad at all. It wins Nkana that corner kick.
Oh, Nkana mixing and just matching here. They're doing everything they can. They're shooting from outside, they're shooting from within, they're walking with the ball into the 18 area, and really, you really don't know what system they're using when they're coming forward. Nkana Power at 6s and 7s in that defense.
Here comes the throw in. It's Walter to Panane, who wins another corner because it comes off Godfrey Ngwenya. And that's how much pressure Nkana will want to continue mounting on this Power Dynamo side. Panane headed out. Power Dynamos can mount their own attack. We've had 7 corners so far, 5 belonging to Nkana. This is Walia on a counter. Fayo Tembo be looking for that ball, he gets it. Breakdown in the Power system, but they make amends very quickly. Mdenda. Crossing it in there, but Nkana are good defensively as Musonda aids in taking the ball out of danger. Leaving Walter to be the lone man up front. Nkana are working well. Most of the departments working effectively. This is the goal scorer, Shadrack Musonda. Chips the ball up. Well, he falls a bit too easily for the referee to be interested. And the game continues. Fayo gives away a throw in.
You can see what Ronald Kampambo is looking for. I think there is a slight, or is there? There isn't actually any touch at all. And Sate ideally would have thought that there could have easily been a card if at all. It's not proven, but looked like he wasn't stepped on. But if it's the back heel,
They want to go. So if you want to over the moon, but then the second point about Mabuda, Simon.
There's a lot of World Cup issues that are coming out of there, World Cup instructions. But clearly just the experience of Beston Tambeshi, really, just putting in his mind into the game.
Nkana, that smile kind of wiped out of his face there. He's down here, but he knows there's still a long way to go, and Power can produce the magic with the likes of Fire in his ranks. But for now, it's really Nkana that is dominating play here.
Well, Nkana obviously reading the game and just knowing how to counter this Nkana pressure. One of the things you rely on is the mental strength and discipline of the Power side. Sometimes in game of football, it's how you react when you don't have the ball, your positioning when you're off the ball. Apanane. Confidence in this Nkana side. Playing well and taking in that ball. It's Walter who will be happy. There's a corner kick, giving Nkana corner number 6.
White there, Manabamba, complaining though, almost raising his hand to, as if to tell the referee that it's actually supposed to be their ball.
Here comes Nkana with Musonda, trying to force that ball in there. Heads go up, Power in trouble here, and a shot in there. Power survive. Yet trouble is not completely over. How unlucky for Nkana.
Panene there again, way too much, but you can see the complaints from Alan Chiwe, rightfully so. Shadrach Musonda just goes into that 18 area. What he's trying to do, just hit it wherever it goes. As long as it's touch, it could easily end in the back of the net. Walter, good chest control, sees his man, lays it off perfectly. Gulube leaning back as he's taking that one, hence it's going up, hits the upright, and again Power survive.
Martin Piri is not going to get the referee's favor, but Power Dynamos, that was goal number 2 for Nkana, but they obviously did not wake up in good terms with the goal post, so Nkana denied. Just crossing the half-hour mark, it's Nkana in the lead. Walter Walia shooting the ball very well. And those deft passes, nice vision from Walter. This is Musonda. And he was looking to Nguluve to read his mind, but that did not happen. So Power Dynamos can benefit from that.
Well, the first half, the first 30 minutes has really been Nkana all over Power Dynamos. Power Dynamos don't seem to have a response so far. The only thing that will console them is still 1-0. As long as it's 1-0, means that there's hope.
It's 3 points for Nkana at the moment. Foyo Tembo trying to do his magic. He's hotly pursued. He beats Donashano. Ball is still in play and manages to get the cross in. It's flat. Some skill this Tembo gentleman has.
Oh, but again, it's like at times they're not trusting him enough, because there was no one in that 18 area, because he did manage to get the cross in despite 2 players attending on him. That's the skill that the man has.
Fire headed out by Nkana, just not making it easy for Power. Joseph Musonda, look at how he wins the ball and manages to send pressure to Power, sending it up front to try and find Walter Walia. Power under pressure. Chibwe has to come out. Musonda. Donashano back to Musonda. So much space for Nkana. Power Dynamos seemingly not having the energy to close down this Nkana side. And just unlucky there, they just needed to control the ball to put more pressure on this Power. Ngwenya. Power need to change the game. They seemingly are having less answers to the way Nkana are responding when they don't have the ball.
Just get the feeling that Luka Lungu, Jimmy Njovu, maybe one of those two could easily come in, especially as target man, because Fayo is giving them all those very, very intelligent passes that 18, but nothing doing.
Looking for a throw in and getting it is Benson Sakala, who will leave that throw in to Simwal. Again, the game stalling, and really, if you seriously consider what should happen, it's Power that should be taking the game to Nkana at the moment. Nkana can do with this particular result. They can sit back and hope the 10 minutes whiz by quickly for a break.
When you doesn't understand what could have happened there, but it's a foul against him. Apparently, getting the advantage. Again, it's Power on defensive duty.
So it's Shadrack Musonda's goal that makes a difference. Shadrack trying to get to that ball. 10 minutes remain. Power Dynamos need to provide some answers and show where the goal will come from. And like you noted earlier on, the runs that Fayo has made on the right have not been well anticipated by the likes of Martin Piri and maybe Godfrey Ngwenya as well, because the crosses have not been well met. It's almost like there's need for better anticipation when the crosses are whipped in. Much can be heard and seen from Kennedy Mdenda.
Head injury, the referee was always going to stop that one, but it was actually from, well, the ball just hit, looks like it hit Diego Apanene there. We're going for the ball with Denashano Malama.
Just follow water, don't leave. There are gaps, so just be closer to him, and let's be more. Yes, sir.
Well, it's good to see Billy Mwanza get very active in the issues of coaching, and well, it's the future.
Oh, certainly the future. I think he was attached mainly to the junior team, but now nice to see that he's on the technical bench of Nkana Football Club and issuing instructions as well. So the boy hit him in and around the eye. That's how come I think he's been withdrawn, or is he? But he will definitely continue to play.
Well, if you notice earlier on, it's almost as though the coach, Beston, was trying to bring some life into Kampamba. He can be more livelier in this particular game. Almost a disappeared figure, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's been, from what I heard, he was being told to be a bit closer to Walter. Maybe they're a bit too much apart, and Walter easily lays off the balls, and if Kampamba is closer to him, maybe they can make things work again for them up front.
Musonda, very versatile, but the game still in play. This is Jacob Ngulube. Manages to cross the ball in a bit too high for Sate to meet. Man down for Nkana.
That's Shadrack Musonda, I think, who's down. Again, if you look at it, earlier, he got the ball again off Fayo Tembo's weak pass and started racing forward. And I think he got there. Oh, two players on him, and looks like it was.
I think in the process of falling, he was stepped on, I think.
It looks like, I think it was a knee on the thighs or something. And it was Venda smaller. And Lawrence Chongo, I think, on him.
Well, surely for Power, like the coach says or indicates, can be a little bit more attacking in approach. They seem to be getting concerned, and maybe rightly so, trying to avoid conceding a second goal. But there are matters to deal with up front, and that is it seems to be concerning Dan Kavwe, the Power coach. Throw in Nkana. Water rises high.
Water has hardly got a clear-cut chance, but there was a bit of an opportunity for him. Heads it, but heads it just outside the goal. Should be said also that Shadrack Musonda has been stretched out, so he's currently not on the pitch. Nkana, a man light.
5 minutes remain for Power to get a reply. And that's a 5 from Nkana to defend well. They're doing good job in committing Nkana to breakdowns. Throw in to the visitors. It was Billy to the goalkeeper. And Power in need of employing a sense of urgency. Nkana will certainly make it difficult coming off the break with this particular lead. Larry Walia on the ball. That's a good ball. And now Fire is in the box. We'll be looking for that ball, and so is Ngwenya. Looking to get the ball into the 18. Simuala doesn't have a shooting chance. Oh, that's a clever ball from Tembo, and it's in! Martin Piri! What an intelligent pass from Fire Tembo. He atones for his earlier mistake, and he lays the ball to Martin Piri, and it's level. It's 1-1, and Alan Chiwe can only but celebrate. Power Dynamos can go up in yellow, and Nkana need to know that there's a job that is yet to be done, and Martin is the goal scorer, bringing level this game as he raises his hand high up in the sky. It's a moment of relief for Power Dynamos.
Govenda Smola, look at the easiness between the legs of Derashano Malama from Fire Tembo there. Goodness, class act that Fire, but nicely done. And I think it was given Sinyango actually in the center, but again there's a lot of work, it should be said, for Martin Piri, but Olilo earlier on, and it's Martin Piri with the goal, so it's one apiece, game on.
And it is game on here at Nkana Stadium. It's Nkana 1, Power Dynamos 1. There was always need to look out for that Fire Tembo. He knew he had made a mistake. He knew he had to make corrections, and he's cancelled the mistake through Martin Piri, who made no error in making sure that that pass made sense. And now, Musonda. The game is back on square level. Nkana blow up their 3 points, and it's a party being shared, the spoils being shared. Walter Walia fails to beat his third opponent in there. Martin Piri, the goal scorer, is brought down. Referee says play must continue, and it does. Walia fails to completely control that ball. This is Sate, but he's disturbed because the referee has blown for a foul that's going against Nkana.
Well, Audrey can call it. One thing about him, the referee, is that he's not blowing for everything. There were 2 players that went down there, but as long as they're saying that there's no foul involved, because there will be a lot of play acting because of the nature of the game. It's a local derby, one of the fiercest local derbies on the continent. So he has to be smart about it and not blow for everything. So the game is flowing, and I think so far, you know, he's done a commendable job in the first half.
Nkana would have certainly loved to go on the break with the lead, but Power cancelling that. This is Sakala Mdenda. Walter Walia. Sate receives it well. He's got to beat his marker. He doesn't. And confidence oozing in this Power side. Ngwenya. That's a little bit more like it from Ronald Kampamba, more lively, because he's got to try and influence proceedings up front, Sate. A minute remains before the referee draws the curtains on the first half. Don't expect too much additional time. It's generally been a free-flowing game. Mudenda on the other side. He's trying to beat strong Malama out on the far side. Benson Sakala. Power now, passing the ball around. And eventually they make a mistake and I will go for a throw-in.
You know, Power Dynamos have certainly come to the fore. This is Power that we all know. They passed the game. I think one of the best passes of the game in the league, and for some reason they were not just displaying that.
Nkana, can they break the Power hearts? This is Musonda, but he makes a mistake. He ought to have shot the first time. Upon his efforts is blocked. It out to go for a throw-in. Two minutes of added time. The captain says, let me handle this. I've been doing this for years. So it will be a long, long throw. Alan Chiwe needing to be protected. Heads go up. An emphatic clearance by Power. Foyo Tembo on the ball. And he's entertaining the crowds here at Nkana Stadium. Ngwenya with a good pass to captain of the side, Foyo. Still in control. He's heavily policed there because Aaron Katebe is there. Chungu. And Nkana can benefit from that foul. Quickly taken. And Water can play strong. Good pass to the versatile Musonda, the goal scorer. Can he break the Power hearts? Can Nkana make it just before going on the break? A chance to shoot presents itself. Too much being over-elaborate because there was a chance to shoot from there.
Well, certainly was a chance. Gulube there, you think should have put the trigger seriously, but he decided to give it to Water. Was off again, and Water equally did not even expect that. That's how come in the end it's a chance that has gone breaking. But the game has come to life. I think that Nkana had kind of taken their foot off the pedal because they knew they were going to the halftime break and they thought they were going to go to it with 1-0, but Power had other ideas, and now we've got yet another interesting second half.
Well, it's certainly in the offing, and any time from now the referee will be blowing his whistle. We've exhausted the added time, but it's been a half that's had all the ingredients, the goals, the flair. Kind of perhaps to the last chance to attack, but the breakdown gives Power that opportunity. Voila. Shingu doesn't get the return pass. And the referee says enough of the entertainment, enough of the game. It's time to take a rest. It's time to exchange notes. It's time to strategize for the second 45 minutes. But what a game we've had here at Nkana Stadium. 1-1 it is. Entertaining stuff. Great, great goal coming from Shadrack Musonda. It came off the mistake of Foyo Tembo, but later on Foyo making amends with that mistake and laying it for Martin Peary to make it 1-1. And so you can expect a lot more great football going into the second half. Whatever you do, take a quick break, come and join us because it's 1-1 on the break. Don't miss out.
It's halftime at the Nkana Stadium in Kitwe, Zambia's biggest derby, and it is Kalampa Nkana Football Club, Aba Red 1, and Powerful Power Dynamos, Aba Yellow 1. So a first stanza that has certainly lived up to the billing as Zambia's biggest derby. And remember, always love to talk and hear from you. Hashtag #SSBola. That's where the conversation keeps coming through. I'll tell you what, we've loved the first half that has so far presented 2 goals. But apart from that, there have been a lot of talking points regarding how the first half has panned out. Now, Innocent Kalaluka joins me from commentary position onto pitch side to help us dissect and look at how the first half has panned out. But 2 goals in the first half, living up to its billing as Zambia's biggest derby.
Oh, yes. Oh, without a single doubt. What a game we've had here today. And I think it goes 1-1 at break. And I think deservedly so, Power did come back strongly later on in the first half.
All right, and talking about that result that is currently obtaining, it was the same story last year that ended 1-0 here. Of course, then it was Ngulube who scored from Nkana and Mudenda for Power Dynamos. Now, let's share with you some interesting moments of the first half apart from the 2 goals, shall we? Because it all started with Power Dynamos that looked like a team on house on fire. And it will always be, like we said in our build-up, for Tembo, who certainly pulled the strings for them.
Oh, for Tembo. It's just this cut from a different cloth. Look at the cross that he brings in. Very, very dangerous. Again, his attacking partners a bit slow in getting there, but still, for Tembo is just magical on his day, and they really just need to just make sure that they're always in that box, because a couple of times that he has brought in such crosses that have not been able to finish off.
No, that's only 3rd minute of the match, What does it say about concentration levels?
Also the marking abilities, because he had 2 players to go past, and he did with relative ease. So again, they should have been marking him very, very tightly for early on. But again, it just gave us an idea of what the game would look like, and it definitely lived to its billing in the first half.
All right, and certainly it was an insight of what was going to be an exciting first stanza here at the Nkana Stadium in Kitwe. And of course, the defining moment regarding how that first half was going to be, against all odds, you'd have thought that with the pressure that Nkana, Power applied through for Tembo, you'd have thought that it was actually Power that was going to take the lead. But alas, it was Nkana Football Club, and it was Shadrack Musonda.
But again, it was for Tembo, the thick of things. It made that pass to Shadrack Musonda, inadvertently, of course, but still, Shadrack Musonda took it with both hands, and what a cracker with using his left foot. The goalkeeper, no chance. But there, trying to clear the ball, Fuayo, I think he checked that he had a man on his left and tried to pass it to him. But surely, you want to just clear the ball there. And Shadrack Musonda, what a cracker of a goal that, and no chance for the goalkeeper.
Let's talk about position of the goalkeeper. Did you probably think that in the case of Shadrack, you had probably seen that the goalkeeper was way beyond his line slightly there?
Yeah, well, he was slightly inside. Can't tell whether that was his reasoning, but it just let loose on that one, and I think he just got it with all straps on it, and there was very little chance for the goalkeeper to quickly react, especially that the ball had gone to Fuayo. So ordinarily you're thinking, okay, we've cleared this one, then all of a sudden it's coming towards you. All
right, more pressure kept coming through. Power Dynamos were being the recipients, because it's at that point looked like one-way traffic. Speaking of which, when we talk about the one-way traffic, the evidence we'll be able to show right now, because there was that strike, an opportunity that came through from Jacob Ngulube. But look again, Shadrack Musonda in the thick of things.
Shadrack Musonda, I think, has been immense for me. For Nkana, he's been going across and to just work a lot in that midfield, and you can see the goalkeeper not happy because of the pressure that they're being allowed to have. Again, like you said, Shadrack walks literally into that 18 area. You see what he's trying to do there, just hit it, and whoever it hits into, it probably ricochet to the goal. But good layout from Walter. And Jacob Ngulube only was leaning back at the same time, so the ball is always going to rise.
Let me bring your attention to this movement yet again, Innocent, because there was Sate. You can see he was calling for the ball. I thought that would have been the easiest of things to do, to just lay it inside. So the same way we saw Walter do that.
Yeah, I think it would have been a different, easier option for Shadrack. But still, they ended up rattling the crossbar. And at this occasion, at this juncture, really, Nkana should have been 2-0 up.
All right, it's called Zambia's biggest derby between these 2 sides that are based on the Copperbelt province town of Kitwe, of course, separated by the Kitwe and Dual Carriageway. Something, if you're watching across Africa, will tell you it's like Zamalek, Al Ahly, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs. But the defining moment for the Power Dynamos, Aba Yellow Faithfuls, finally came through, and it was going to be Martin Tembo, and he's scoring the 2nd goal of the 2017 campaign. Just take us through how this movement was.
Again, good movement there, but again, it's really about Fuayo. Between that laid-back pass, and Martin Piri was definitely going to score on that occasion. But again, for the first time in a long time, because he's really been making those passes, this time around it worked. But look at that. Look at the easiness about it. It looks so simple. But having said that, Martin Piri had a lot to do, because he had 2 defenders on his sides. So he needed to make sure Katebe came in a bit late. But this fire skill there that leaves a defender. You know, you kind of feel that you are the reason that has happened, because should have closed his legs. But that pass makes it very, very easy for Martin Piri in there.
I've been listening to you in commentary, and you're talking about Alan Kamwanga Jr. not playing, Mwela Saka not playing as the left right back, and now we've got Govenda Simwala and also Lawrence Chunga. Clearly from that movement, you see that there is, rather Govenda involved in the movement there.
Yeah, in fact, Chungu passed to Govenda, and Govenda cut inside. So the two wing backs have a lot of experience and they've got an understanding, and that's how come I think in the end, Ben, the coach decided, Dan Cabo decided to bring them back after they seemed like they had lost their possessions earlier in the season.
All right, and of course, 1-0 it is at halftime here at the Nkana Stadium. Nkana 1, Power Dynamos 0, but goal attempts 9 Nkana leading. Just take us through the statistics that we have, even in terms of activity, in terms of action this afternoon in those areas.
Well, firstly, goal attempts in Nkana 9, so it tells you that they were definitely the team on the upswing. And possession-wise, though, a bit interesting, but I think the position they lost it at the end because it's 51 ball position for Power. Nkana the home side at 49, but I think the most important stat is 1 apiece up there.
Available options. Let's start with Nkana, because off your screens I can see that the Nkana bench have warmed up the number 29 Ronald Chiwe. Maybe an indication that a striker may be introduced. Maybe for who?
Interesting that they are looking at making that substitution of Ronald Chiwe. I don't know that Kampamba could be withdrawn. I think that there was a point the coach was telling him to be a bit closer to Walter Wella, so he could be the man that goes out. Though again, Simon for me maybe could be the man that could be withdrawn.
That is Nkana, yeah. Power Dynamos?
Power Dynamos, again, for me, it's really, I was very much looking at Martin Piri. I think he wasn't positioning himself well, so that's where I thought the substitution would be made. I would hold on for me if I were him, but having said that, if at all things are not changing, I think Luka Lungu could come in.
After all said and done, Innocent, how would you sum up how the first half has been, generally, in terms of this afternoon's game, before we touch the other results at halftime in the other games that have been played?
I think it was on Nkana. Nkana deserved to have been ahead, but the time that Shadrack Nsonda was brought out, for some reason Power had gone to sleep. Nkana, they thought that maybe they were going to go at the break with 1 apiece, so credit to Power Dynamos for coming back, and now we started to see the power of old that we know, passing the ball around, and now Nkana beginning to chase. Beautiful prospect that we have for the second half.
All right, you're getting to us, hashtag SSBall with all those predictions coming through, but in the other game, Napsa Stars are down in Choma 1-0 against Green Eagles, and also Mighty again leading 1-0 in Shinde against the Red Arrows.
I tell you, that was, for me, that was my one of the games of the weekend. I would really like to see how Mighty is going to respond there against Red Arrows are leading. They would have loved it to be in the second half, but we'll see what happens. Red Arrows are good sides. They've been scoring of late, so you don't see them ending in that 1-0. Maybe they could just get a goal, but one just wishes all the best to Mighty Freya Wonders. It would be nice if they turn the corner.
So much said about the first half. Your expectations of the second half? Let's start with Nkana. What sort of game? Then we go to Power.
Well, I think Coach Beston should be telling them, guys, why have we put the foot off the pedal? I think we need to continue the way we were and just keep pressing. And they need to make those chances count, because Nkana by now at least should have been 2-1, but unfortunately that did not happen for them because they missed a couple of chances. They need to bring in Walter Wale as well, because it's being marked. If he can drop a bit more and come from the deep, maybe that could be the difference.
And for Power Dynamos?
For Power Dynamos, very difficult afternoon. First half for the coach, because they were really dragging in the first half earlier on. Then they just picked up the tempo and they started playing. And now all you can say is like, what were you holding back for? Exactly what you played in the last 10 minutes. Let's go at them and just keep pressing. They will back in defense.
There's no problem in you changing your statements, because earlier on you told me Nkana might win 1-0. It's now 1-1.
I actually thought you meant the goal difference would be. It would be 1-0, so it would be 2-1.
2-1. Clever you are. So that's how it is. Hashtag SSBall. Stu doesn't feel very confident. I don't know what you feel. Remember, it's an opinion, and that's one thing we like about this game. It's got Bola Yapazedi, because coming up after the short ad break, it is the second stanza of Kalampang Nkana Football Club up against Abayelo Power Dynamos, the biggest derby of club football in Zambia. Stay with us on the World of Champions. The second half is coming up shortly after this short ad break.
Welcome back to Nkana Stadium. It's all happening in Kitwe between Nkana and Power Dynamos. 1-1 is the scoreline, and we build and scheduled for another interesting 45 minutes. It's the Kitwe Derby, and it certainly has produced all the qualities that you expect in a game of football. Certainly does live up to the billing of being among the interesting derbies that to look out for, to be looked out for on the continent of Africa. Foyo Tembo and Martin Piri just exchanging notes. It was that chemistry that worked, that brought Power back into the game after being on what could look like the losing end for Power Dynamos. So the next 45 minutes are going to be a lot, might be a lot heavier than the first, and Mr. Audrey knows that better than anyone, the need to continue maintaining discipline and control, and he's really generally let the game flow, so very little stoppages, and has ignored one or two offensive plays. Instead of flashing a yellow card, he's really allowed play to continue. But that might be different in the next 45. Nkana now shoot from left to right, and know that they have to impress the home fans here, and they also just have to win it for the new coach, Beston who makes a return for the third time. And Alan Chiwe will not want to make an early mistake as he collects that particular ball. He's already had the back of the net rattled by Musonda, who's really been a busy body for this Nkana side. And a mistake here could have Nkana in trouble! And it's Martin Piri, would you believe it? Unbelievable stuff. And look at Alan Chiwa celebrate. Where did that come from? How did that happen? Those will be the questions. The coach for Power can only clap, but certainly Martin Piri, with goal number 2, can only say thank God, thank the stars. And what a way to start a game. He thanks the lucky stars. That is certainly required. A little dance won't do any harm. It won't make the Nkana fans happy.
I think it was actually given Sinyango. I can't really tell from there, but it's given the Sinyango. Actually, I think who just makes a mistake there, but in the just said thank you very much, Martin Piri, on a brace, and now he'll be looking to see if he can get that hat-trick. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
And so, at the start of the second half, it's Nkana 1, Power Dynamos 2. Martin Piri scoring the second. Nkana with the unenviable task of coming from behind. They need to draw.
I was just going to say that's Beston Chambesh's strategy most of the time. That's his strong point with the under 20, that is. So let's see if that can come through in this second half. Chungu there pushing on his man Simon, who goes down. Simon Bwala said good opportunity there. Suddenly a push in the back, and maybe now a chance to see if they can work with this and get that all-important equalizer. Kind of fans, you could have heard a pin drop when Power scored. So all of a sudden, turning this game on its head, Power Dynamos.
You got a home team that is under pressure, not just any other team. Nkana. So what do you expect? This is no game to miss out. This is no game to walk away from. Alan Chiwe knows just what is in store. He's trying to make sure that the wall protects him. And you've got Joseph Musonda, Walter Bwalia, interested in this, Apanene as well. Walter.
Not much power to that ball, really. Got to the goalkeeper, well and good, but there was no job at all for Alan Chiwe. So there, just beyond the wall, but Alan Chiwe was very smart to really be inclined towards the left, just behind his wall. Ordinarily should have been on the other side, so he knew what was coming.
Nkana win themselves a throw in just by the flag, the corner flag. Under pressure to equalize. Under pressure from they don't know where, but it has happened. Joseph Musonda for the long throw in. It's as good as having a corner kick. For some reason, there's a delay in doing this, but eventually it happens. Heads go up, and it's over the bar.
Well then, if the two lose here, it will be Beston Chambesh's first loss in a derby. He has won the last 5, at least not lost in the last 5. Ota while they're just back, heading it backwards there, but good cover from Alan Chibwe.
A chance, a big opportunity for Nkana to show their true character in front of their fans. And they've got all the time to do that. Musonda. They've got little choice, but to make what they prepared to count. When you're trailing, it's the best time to show what type of metal you're made of. Who will be the game changer? You can understand the fans are get a little bit edgy, but there's still a bit of time for Nkana to impress. Sate is not fast enough to get to the ball, but the intention was to get him through that pass.
It was hit a bit too much there from Simon in the middle of the pack, but Nkana now will have to be patient.
They'll have to have a lot more time on the ball, be a little bit more possessive, avoid breakdowns, as is the case. Malama with the ball that doesn't reach anybody, so throw into Power Dynamos. Benson Sakala receives it. And now Power looking to inflict more damage. Mudenda on the ball, handball.
Oh, the old adage not to halves are the same seems to be applying here, because it's all Power in the second half, as was the case was different in the first when Nkana was dominating. Kennedy Mudenda there with that pass. Shana Malama, it's definitely a handball.
So it's a free kick in an area of danger for Nkana. 4-man wall has been erected. Will it be Fayo Tembo? Malunga has to be steady. Fayo straight to the palms of the goalkeeper. And you're expecting Nkana to be up and about, be more aggressive, be more angry, so to speak, be more in a mood of trying to get the equalizer as quickly as they possibly can. Joseph Musonda sends the ball into the 18, and they will have a chance to head the ball through the throw-in that will come yet again like a corner kick. It's Musonda for the throw-in. To be strong and long, and there it comes high. Chibwe comes and punches it. The goalkeeper for Power. And I'm kind of fighting for every ball. Malama with that pass to Sinyangwe, so to Katebe. Sending the weight of attack to the far side. Nkana are coming, looking for the equalizer. Floated into the 18, but overhit, and there's no one to receive it on this end. A bit arriving late. Throw it into Power Dynamos.
Chongo doing a good job on Kampamba on this left flank. Chongo recently called to the national team as well, so good confidence boost for him ahead of this one.
A mistake, and Nkana find themselves chasing the ball, but they quickly make amends. Simon Walia on the ball. He's in need of support. He didn't really get it on time, and Power, Mudenda is running, is going into space, looking for support. He gets it. The pass is complete, but a mistake. A little bit of panic on the part of Martin Peary, but that looked dangerous from Nkana. And now getting into with a reply. They need to impress. Simon Volia is Sate. The ball is robbed off him.
Oh, Lawrence Chung is having a big blind of the game on this left flank. Really toe for toe with Sate. The ball comes, he brings it under his control, but Chung was there very, very alert in that defense. Earlier on for Tembo's kick, nothing much to him. I think just picking cherries for the goalkeeper there.
Here comes Nguluve corner kick. Heads go up. It's Power that have the better of that ball, but it aids. In fact, the referee gives that one to Power, to the chagrin of Nkana fans. Nkana struggling to get the ball off Power. They commit a foul in the process. Power Dynamos benefiting from this.
Bad run there, Denashana Malama, while already on the ground, just brings Benson Sakala down. He kind of slipped there, but still decided, if I'm not going to get the ball, I'm going to get the man.
Get one of the two, at least. So, free kick, Power. 16 fouls committed. Power guilty more times. It's Fire. Blocked. Oh, but that connection, was it Sakala, would have been something beautiful.
Well, the smile has certainly come back on this man's face after being wiped out early on.
A horde of instructions coming through.
So there, wow, that on the 10 could have been a beautiful goal had that gone in, but
talk about reading the game and interpreting it for the players.
Just reminding the players that we've got a man down because of a player that's been taken out. And that's actually Godfrey Ngwenya, who's been stretched out.
We are short, he was shouting. But it's got Bemba translation to Ashota. Corner kick, Power Dynamos. They lead the visitors. Good defensive work by Nkana. Out it goes for a throw in. Power not panicking, taking their time. Power Dynamos, they can let the clock wind all day. Joseph Musonda has been busy. Still in control of the ball, Power Dynamos. Fire shielding the ball, and to Walia. Runs into space. White Manambaba pushes the ball. Wanted to change the weight of attack to the far side. No changes yet. A mark of confidence in the first 11.
Well, looks like though there's a bit of activity on the Nkana bench, and rightfully so. I think they've just lost that grip that they had earlier on. So it looks like they will be making that substitution.
Donashana Malama. Joseph Sonda calls and gets the ball. The game stalling a little bit, having a little bit of a lull. Power Dynamos will not mind. They will wait for the game to be taken to them. The visitors, an opportunity for another long throw in, and Joseph Msonda will pick that ball. Power have drawn almost everybody to the back. And that wasn't bad. Walter Wally rising high, unlucky, just maybe needed a little bit more power as he bounced it to the ground. Fayo Tembo up against Sinyangwe. He's got another to deal with. Releases the ball. Breakdown in the power system. Nkana can break free. They need to.
The referee blows there for a foul against a foul, an offside, I think, against Sate. It's been slightly off Sate. You feel he's not really getting those, running into those channels for him to just connect, and substitution time. And looks like it's actually Sate who is going to be substituted. And in comes Ronald Chiwe. Nkana needed to make a substitution. It's just not happening right now for them. And they need to make quick decisions. Quicksilver Chambeshi makes that decision. It's a double substitution, by the way. Muowo looks like he's equally coming in.
So the change has been made by Nkana. So Ronald Chiwe perhaps to bring in a little bit more life up front.
Well, he'll bring in strength and speed. That's one thing for sure, because he's one of those chasers.
Again, there's magic happening on the far side. Whenever there's fire involved, expect a bit of entertainment. Oh, that was a good ball. Wonder whether Simon did that deliberately, but whatever the case, it really was great to watch. Flag is up.
Oh, that was magic by Simon Wale, surely. Heads it down and just goes behind his marker. Gets the ball still.
Water on the edge. He's in. Blocked in the process. Nkana still asking the questions. Under pressure to equalize. Heads go up. And that wasn't a bad effort. And what a way to come in. Ronald Chiwe.
Good chance for him there, but comes high. Ronald Chiwe jumps the highest. Heads that one. Goalkeeper Alan Chiwe making sure. There gets the ball, but hits the back upright in the process, but it's okay. So first chance, first touch for Ronald Chiwe, almost resulting in a goal there.
Will he be the savior? Can he be the one to make the difference? Well, he's been brought in for a special reason, but in the meantime, Power have cause to worry because Alan Chiwe is in pain.
Alan Chiwe is in pain, but also one player.
Don't stick in that one. Find the space and get out the ball.
So then, that's what happened. First goal, Shadrach beautifully struck that one. And I was very, very excited about it. Then the Fayo magic. And Martin Piri's finishing, brilliant. Brought the game to 1 apiece. And then Martin again from quite an acute angle actually hit the upright. And you were sure they were all hoping it comes out, but it just went inside and to make it 2-1 to Nkana Football Club. To Power, rather. Power in the lead.
The game in need of that lift, and that lift can only come if Nkana insists and push the issue. For Power Dynamos, they can afford not to go in front of goal all day, but it's Nkana that stand to lose. Donashano looking for shooting opportunities. Doesn't present itself. And the foul. Nkana find themselves in a position of advantage. Not too bad, but not too good for Power Dynamos.
Chongo there feels that maybe shouldn't have blown, but Simon there, a bit of a touch. So Chongo just a bit of a smile playing on his face there because he doesn't feel that that should have been the case. So Great opportunity there from the likes of opponent. I see Waters nowhere near as Power now make a substitution. And Luka Lungu will come in for Captain Kennedy Mdenda. Bit of a peripheral figure in this game, actually. First half, not that effective. Luka Lungu comes in. They've got goals on those feet there, so we'll be hoping to see if they can get a third one.
So Power Dynamos make their change as well. As Nkana about to take a free kick through Diego Apanane. Joseph Sonda has taken a run. He would have hoped to get that ball. Alan Chiwe will stay down. Nkana looking for means and ways of getting at least an equalizer. They blew their lead and now they're trailing. And that can be massive pressure. Nkana Stadium is generally quiet. But these two teams know each other very, very well. Simon Walia. In the other game, Green Eagles have lost their lead. It's 1-1 against Napsa Stars. Mufulira Wanderers have increased their lead against Red Arrows. So Honor Janza's men in trouble.
That's an interesting one there for Mighty Mufulira Wanderers. Now they can score 2 games in 1 game. I think that's definitely a team on the rise.
There's a man down. Will fair play come into effect? Nkana are desperate. It's business as usual. Apanane. A chance to shoot. Still pressure on Power. But the flag went up.
Certainly flag up there from the first assistant, Oliver Mwene. Offside, but Nkana now beginning to string passes together. There was a player down, but you're talking about fair play, not when Nkana is down.
Well,
pretty close that. Shadrack Musanda, but yeah, at least there was a blockade. Substitution time yet again, so not being defensive at all. This Power Dynamo side, they're bringing in Jimmy Njovu, yet another striker. So then, looks like Martin Piri wants to continue. He's got the brace. This is his first goal. And then a lucky one this after mistaking that defense from Nkana to make it 2-0, but he's out now after the 2 goals because of injuries. Forced him out. There he is. It's a knee injury. That could be bad.
So it looks like a forced substitution, but Jimmy Njovu can be equal to the task. As Power mount yet another attack. Fire in the thick of things. Power Dynamos lose control. This is Walter Walia. He has a duty to get Nkana back into the game.
Well then. And where it's just on the line, I think, and it's a card, a fair yellow card. That's the first card we've had in the game here, Franklin.
That is the first one. Mr. Audrey Nkole has really tried to keep the cards in his pocket, but forced to take it out. So, yellow card.
So that's what happened. Just outside, very, very close there for Billy. Yeah, he misses the ball completely, takes Chiwe out, and Chiwe has been effective since he came on. Billy Mutale has been immaculate. I think it's the first time he's putting a foot wrong in this game. But what a dangerous time. Position to give away. And they've had such chances in Nkana that need to utilize these dead ball situations.
19 fouls committed. Power, 13 of them. We have the first yellow card. And what a position. It's a great position, but it can be difficult too. Walter Walia, good goalkeeping by Alan Chiwe. Give credit to the goalkeeper.
Top drawer there by the goalkeeper.
Still pressure for Power Dynamos, and Walter's effort goes too high.
Oh, Beston Chambeshi knows that one should have ended the back of the net. He had no business getting to that one, Chiwe, and he just did. That's why he's an international goalkeeper now, because of such maneuvers. Ultabwele nicely placed, the goalkeeper. Any other time could have easily ended in the back of the net. He knows that, Beston Chambeshi. Is he going to lose his first derby ever?
In the meantime, Nkana remain with 21 minutes to equalize. Waterwalia, he falls on his own, but play continues. Nkana in need of the equalizer.
Well, all of a sudden it's Nkana now that are posing the issue. After the Chibu's substitution, things seems to have changed a bit for Nkana. They're now pushing and now forcing the issue.
Corner kick. Movement in the box. Headed out of danger by Power Dynamos. It's going to be a throw-in, pressure on this Nkana side. They just have to make a turnaround. They have little choice.
Calling for the foul there, for the cut, and the cut does come out on Ngwenya there. He was beaten to the ground, but brought his marker down either way. So yellow cards coming in quick succession now.
And this was the source of the yellow card, and on Apanane, he called for a yellow card from the ref, and he got it. Nkana need to level the score here. And here comes the ball. Heads go up, but and Alan Chiwe strong on the ball, but Nkana, unfortunately, where you find yourself in an awkward position with the ball in a place of advantage.
I think it hit Billy Mutale there on the foot unknowingly, but Danashana Malama, great delivery. Everybody misses it, and then it just ricochets there. Goalkeeper Chiwe alert, comes out, collects. Just for the sake of it, just goes down to just kill a bit of time.
Under pressure, Nkana try everything to find themselves in a position where they can make it count. Simon Walia on the other end. It's going to be a goal kick.
He let the ball bounce there. Had he just put a foot to it, probably would have made a change. Muo finally will come in. He's been warming up for some time. Nice to see who comes out. It's Simon that comes out. So Muo will play. Well, he's coming as a left footer, so I don't know that he'll be on this flank. There will be a change there. Shadrack will come to the right, definitely. So Muo will definitely go to the other side. Shadrack will come to his natural position on the wing side. He plays on both sides, Shadrack, but he's more of a right footer. So Muo is your complete left-footed player.
El Kopala is what this derby has come to be passionately called, as Nkana push to get that equalizer. They make a mistake, and Power Dynamos don't have good receiving of the ball, and their positioning comes into question. The last 10 minutes, Nkana have been enjoying possession, 64%. But in a general sense, they still do have better possession.
What's happened there? Oh, body check there from the strong Walter Walia on Larry Walia, who's not a very strong player physically, but what he lacks in physicality makes up for in skill, Larry.
And the ref.
Position yourself in the box move. Hey, don't quite question what remain around there. So he may come in service here, Coach. Yeah, just play in box by.
He's been in these positions before. He knows exactly what to do.
Oh yes. Half the games at Zambia under 21 were really all about being a goal down, then you come back, get the equalizer and win it. So 2-1, not a very strange statistic for Beston Quicksilver Chambeshi.
But his side have to get the equalizer quickly. running out of time, Nkana. Power Dynamos advance. There's a bit of a change that has to be made because Power are making their last change.
Looks like it's Larry Walia being substituted. Kashitu comes in. Kashitu a bit defensive-minded as opposed to Larry, so you can tell that what they have, they keep. Power Dynamos are bringing in a player who's so most of his time will be defending. And Kashitu is definitely a strong man in that midfield for Power.
So Walia taking a slow walk, and Kashitu strolls in. So Power Dynamos exhausting their substitutions. Nkana with one more, and they will also make their changes.
Yeah, Jacob Ngulube, the creative midfielder, is substitution, but Harrison Salah, brilliant on the ball as well, so like for like. Foyo Tembo was in an offside position on that occasion. Walters calling for the ball. The goalkeeper, Kelvin Malunga, takes it.
Nkana's ball in the 18. Now that needed to be a better ball.
Oh, but that would have been an introduction for Muowo. Apparently with the cross, Muowo just above him. I think the goalkeeper's coming out and almost attempting to get it, kind of put him off a bit.
Just almost looked like the goalkeeper had a little bit of a touch on that ball. 15 minutes remain for Nkana to claim something positive here.
Oh, it would be such a famous victory this if it does come to pass.
Ball went out. Throw in. Joseph Msonda quickly does the job. And in the area of importance, Nkana make a mistake. Alan Chiwe will take his time. The last thing on Nkana's mind must be to allow Power to get another goal. They need to continue pressing and pushing for that equalizer. It will sound sweet under these circumstances. They should have been winning this particular game. Joseph Msonda pushes the ball forward, and that's mounting pressure. Waters in the 18. Showed too much.
Well, like you said, there's more principally left right footer, so on the left is going to be always going to be his weaker foot, but still there was a lot of space and time there for him to just try and direct it. Unfortunately, he went for power rather than placement.
Walter Walia doing everything. He's not getting these goal-scoring opportunities, but he's laying very important passes. Goal kick, Power Dynamos. Rather than Nkana, beg your pardon. In the meantime, it's Power that have not threatened in front of Nkana go for a while, because Nkana suddenly have their act well knitted together as they press for that equalizer. It's another Nkana throw in. They now really need to start making this count, shouldn't they, Nkana?
Well, they are definitely getting great opportunities, and now possession-wise, they're beginning to dominate yet again, like was the case earlier on in the first half before losing the dominance. This time it has been Power, and the opposite is the case now because it's Nkana who are on the ball, but not utilizing the chances.
The captain looking for that chance. Walter Walia ran into space, but was not able to meet that ball. His Power's defense was resolute. Now it would look like Power Dynamos have just dropped to defend, so to speak. Billy taking over the chorus from Billy Mwanza. Every time he has the ball, you've got the crowd passionately shouting in almost slow fashion the name Billy. And Power just send it to whom it may concern, as long as it's out of their area. But there's some good 11 minutes to play, and Power Dynamos will slow down the game.
Looks like Spence on Sakala. Yes, he was going for the ball there. There is a bit of a touch from Harrison Salah, but I don't know that it was that hard, really. He did not get him, actually. He just hit it to him. He got to the ball first, Salah, so really, I don't think that the referee, again, very smart to see that.
Let's be to now, Taya. What's in? To tell one touch you. Two touches, we want to party water. To tell one touch you.
The worried faces of Nkana faithfuls. They look alike. Are they brothers? Or is it football that's making them look alike? Same posture, same worried faces.
Yeah.
Well, they're all thinking about the same thing. Where will the goal come from? Look at that. Sad faces, worried faces. And somebody has to make them happy. Who will it be?
Oh, Billy has had an outstanding game in that defense for Power Dynamos, literally just gobbling up everything that's coming his way.
Alan Chibwe easily picks the ball. Well, he's had a good distribution rate. 66%. Goal kick. Only 9 minutes remain for Nkana. Talk about living under pressure. This is it. Power Dynamos are content with just kicking the ball in front. But that's when Nkana should take advantage to be more organized and use the chances that they come through or come across with great precision. Chibwe has left his line. Emphatic clearance from that Power defense. It's Power with Musonda. His cross is good, but Alan Chibwe is better.
It's not a good game again, Alan Chibwe. Shadrack Musonda with the cross. Alan comes, dominates the airs there and just collects.
Goal kick, Nkana, who are quickly, surely running out of time. They need somebody to change the game, to take it personal if you have to. This is the moment to employ desperate measures to get that equalizer. Obviously, without losing sense. Throw in. Started brightly for Nkana, and potentially looking it might end in a gloomy fashion. Joseph Msonda for the throw in. He does his job. Heads go up! And it's the unlucky Walter Walia.
What a chance. For the first time, it fell squarely on him and not attended to. It just heads wide. This long throwing from Joseph Msonda.
It's the key to derby. Power Dynamos seemingly wanting to stretch the wins over Nkana from 7 to 8. Alan Chibwe has had a good day at the office. But could this be more woos for Nkana? This is looking dangerous. And it was Luka Lungu.
What a great chance there. The two substitutes combining well. And Luka Longo unleashing from there. Always rising though.
So, Nkana with the tide still in their favor. Push forward to try and put Power Dynamos under pressure. They lose the ball in careless circumstances, and maybe Power can take advantage to try and mount a counter. It doesn't work. Power still with the ball as a ping-pong affair ensues here at Nkana Stadium. Donashano Malama is better on that ball and tries to inspire. Now, gonna nearly make a mistake in unwanted circumstances. This is Joseph Musonda trying to take it easy. They're looking for something which is obvious, trying to avoid any mistakes. And now the flag is up, and that doesn't please the home fans.
Oh, this man has been very, very alert. Walter does not agree with that decision. Having said that, Oliver Mwene has been a busy man there. The ball is released. Was the offside? Very, very close that. It's probably just a body pass, if at all. Maybe the shoulder.
It's not over until it's over. That's the spirit this game will take. Anything is bound to happen. It's just one of those games where magic the potential for one more goal is so bright. Clearly, it should be Nkana scoring to have that equalizer. The battle for the midfield is on. It's Nkana that, understandably, feeling they should be winning all those balls. It's an issue of physicality. Luka Lungu is found in that situation. Out goes the ball. Nkana with the throw in. No time to waste. Ronald Chiwe just
the noise now from the Nkana fans are not happy with what they're saying here. They're down, but they played pretty well. No one is willing to take that throw in. Lawrence Chungu has gone down. Again, you can't really tell the reasons why, but all in the name of buying time, you feel.
The hopeful Nkana fans, some start to walk out slowly. Power Dynamos celebrate, and they're celebrating in advance, but there's a bit more time. It's the Power fans that are trying to make the Chilata noise. Will it end with Nkana being clamped here? Looking for something, depending on hope. They knew they could have been leading. They opened the goal scoring first. Kashetu has been yellow carded. So it appears it was out of time wasting. Malama for the throw in for Nkana. Here comes the ball. Thrown high. Heads go up. And that awkward situation that sometimes saves teams doesn't happen for Nkana, who have 2 minutes to equalize.
Long throw in there from Donashano. Goalkeeper decides to come out, does not get the post. There was no one in that goal at the time that Shadrack Musonda was heading. He would have headed it a bit lower and something could have happened. So, Beston Quicksilver Chambeshi seems like he'll be losing his first derby ever on his first game, his first assignment. He's trying to win at home. So, don't know what to say in this occasion. Doesn't know the players yet. The referee has rushed the goalkeeper, Alan Chiwe. Put he's overdoing it, really.
When you've done studies on body language, Somehow, sometimes you're able to tell expression of pain.
The Power without Kelvin Mubanga still dominated and got the goal. At least calling for a substitution. Well, maybe it could be for real. But having said that, easy to make this substitution now already. What is the other guy got to do? Because it seems to be winding his hands to say, look, I can't continue to play. Yeah, there is a sign again. These are the gifted, for your Tembo gifted goal for Shadrack Musonda. Left footer, good goal that. And for your Tembo made goal for Martin Perry. Good work again, good physicality. He went for it, and then mistake in that kind of defense, and that's all it takes. Remember, this game is very low scoring, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1. Normally, that's what happens. It's a local derby. It's never goes under. Dejection there on that man, just shaking his head. Can't believe it.
And he's really shaking it, either for himself or for the cameras, but he's shaking the head anyway. Can't see where the equalizer will come from. And, well, these two sides know each other very well. And they cannot seem to have much hope that the equalizer is coming. And 4 minutes will be added. That's not too little time under the circumstances, especially if you're Nkana. Could be a bit much if you are Power Dynamos, because you know that you will face relentless pressure from the desperate side. Water, can he make it happen? Can Nkana come into the game? Now Power under pressure. Well, the passionate Power fan in what seems to be Nkana area. Now this is a moment when awkward things happen. Is this the day when such things happen? Not when you balloon the ball like that, coming from the captain.
Oh, such a waste that. And obviously not going to have many more of those. So Denashana Malama should have known better. At least hit it low and hard, then maybe a rebound or something. Hits into a player as it's on its way, but can't even tell what he was trying to do with that one.
They've got 2 minutes in Nkana. What a way, what a welcome for Quicksilver. But what a game to be introduced on, that derby. Back to the goalkeeper, Malunga. His absence, Malunga, we haven't been seeing much of him, just tells you how much Nkana have been in front of this Power Dynamos side. Now this is Jimmy. Controls the ball, but is robbed of it. In front, Nkana need to make it count. It's not happening. Pressure on. And any time from now, it will be curtains drawn. Power Dynamos will walk across back to Arthur Davis victorious. Pushing everything in front. Joseph Musonda for the free kick. A minute left. The referee wants the two-man war to be in the right position. And Power defend well. It's just one of those bad days for Nkana, it would appear, unless something dramatic happens with a few seconds that are remaining. But it's not over until it's over in football. Power make sure that the ball is out of danger. And from Nkana fans, they'll be hoping the referee swallows the whistle. But it could be ringing any time from now. Musonda to the goalkeeper Malunga, who's got no time, boots the ball in front. Throw into Nkana. Desperate moments for the home side. Power Dynamos with what could be a great victory here in the MTN Fast Super League. The ball is floated. Power Dynamos do a good job defensively, and it's all over. Power Dynamos have come to Nkana and spoiled the party. Nkana started brightly, but Power had the better of the long-time rivals, and they know they could have made it happen. And the favor belongs to Power Dynamos this afternoon. And it's a game that could have gone either side, but it was Power Dynamos that kept their concentration levels, that had it cool and made it count. And Nkana know they were unfortunate on the day. And for this side, which started off benefiting from this mistake, Shadrach with the score that suggested that Nkana were on the way to victory in this famous derby. But look at that pass that gifted Martin Piri. And you could say Fayo Temba with a deft pass in the right position to equalize just after coming from the break. There was a mistake also that benefited Power Dynamos, and Nkana would not recover from that mistake for the game to end in 2-1. So it's been a fantastic day, great football, not so much for Nkana, but so much for Power Dynamos, who win by beating Nkana here at Nkana Stadium.
Man of the match this afternoon. What an exciting game that we've had, and it's the Power Dynamos goalkeeper, Alan Chiwe. Alan Chiwe, enjoy yourself, Go TV, and congratulations for coming out man of the match. Just take us through, how was this afternoon's game?
Yeah, before your question, can I say something to my family?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. My family, Natasha, Emmanuel, I love you. My wife, God bless, I did it for you.
All right, talk about the match now. How was it?
Against Nkana, local derby, always 50-50, but I thank God for this opportunity that the coach gave me, an opportunity to play, and DSTV has given me this. To God be the glory.
All right, before you go on to get the MTN award, I saw your brother Ronachi was introduced. At some point, he almost scored. What was going through your mind when he was being introduced?
You know, a family battle is always very strong. It's always strong. You know, it always starts few weeks before coming to an encounter. So seeing him on the bench, it was a great relief for me because I was expecting him to start. Unfortunately, he came as a substitute.
You played against South Africa 2-1. You won, good performance. Now again, yet another man of the match performance. You seem to be improving with every game that you're playing. Where are you drawing this confidence from?
Yeah, I thank God for this. And, you know, the more you play games, the more you get better and better. And I thank Wedson Nyirenda for giving me an opportunity on Tuesday, coming from an international match to the local derby. It was a great motivation for me.
Congratulations, and make sure you get yourself 500 kwacha worth of talk time from MTN Zambia, and of course that phone, hey, so that you can be able to communicate and be able in touch. So it's been an exciting game here at the Nkana Stadium, and I'll tell you what, Bola Apazedi action continues tomorrow because we've got a double-header match coming up. It's Brave Nchanga Rangers who will be up against High Flying Nkwazi. We start the game at 12:45 with a build-up. Later on, still at the Konkola Stadium in Chililabombwe, it is Sharp Leza, Umupampamina, Konkola Blades. They're up against Fole Malembe, Forest Rangers, and that game also coming through to you live on your screens. Until tomorrow when we join you from Konkola Stadium, my name is Matimba Nkonje. On behalf of everyone involved in this production, it's Ciao Ciao. It's called the World of Champions. Bola Apazedi just got better. Goodbye. Your team has lost at home despite taking the lead. Your thoughts about how this afternoon's game went, Coach Chambeshi?
Yeah, I think the boys, they played well. And going with the performance, I can't blame anyone. a big game like this, when you consider a simple goal like that, it sort of costs you a loss. But I'm happy with the way they have fought, and yes, Power Dynamos have won. It was their day, but you pick it from here.
What positives would you draw from this afternoon's performance by your team, and also what areas do you feel, I know you're a new man in the job, that needs to be worked on?
I think I have to improve in defense, because you know, a team like Nkana, we don't have to concede easy goals when we're playing, when we're fighting to win the league. So I've seen I have to work on that. I'm happy with the way the front line are going. We are scoring goals, and what you need, just if you can consolidate the defense, then you do well.
What is your target as a coach now that you're back at Nkana?
Yeah, my target is to see some fight, and Nkana is a big team. We have to fight for the league, and that's our aim.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
One more, then we are done, eh?
Changa.
It's like they're busy talking to him, but he's coming now. Coach, an important win for you. It's a derby, and Power Dynamos have won 2-1. Your thoughts and impressions about this afternoon's game?
Matimba, I'm very happy with the performance of the guys. I mean, this is the first win away, and they had to take us to just cross the road to beat Nkana. I'm sure we have started, and this is the beginning of many good results.
What was going through your mind when your team conceded that goal 1-0, and what did you tell your boys getting to the second half? Because the second goal came barely a few minutes into the second half.
I mean, you saw how the goal was scored. It was purely carelessness of our striker, who was fired. So I told them, these guys cannot score unless we are just careless on our side. Well, let's go in and hit them. They've played there 45 minutes, and this is our time now to stamp authority and win the game.
Let's talk about the team generally. What would you say from this afternoon's game are the positives that you carry going into the next game, and also areas that you feel you need to work on?
No, Matimba, if you are following us very well, we haven't scored a goal in the last 3 outings that we've had. And for us to score a goal, even when we conceded, because we didn't concede, so we said, no, I think these guys, we've never conceded a goal, we've never scored the goal in the last three games. And when we saw us goals coming, we said, no, this is our day today.
There's so much movement right now because we're nearing the halfway of the season. Any plans for you as Power Dynamos coach, probably, especially the attacking department, to reinforce in that area?
No, we are just waiting for ITC for our player, with Alex Ngonga. We're just waiting for ITC. And then we have to consolidate. I'm sure you're aware about Kasonde's departure. So we need to find a replacement.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
Matimba, I need my Go TV. This is the opportunity I've been waiting. I've won it, and you are interviewing me now, Matimba. Can you give me my present?
Thank you very much. Have it.
Thank you, Matimba. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Coach.